Shabbat Shalom. It's so wonderful to be with all of you this evening. Have a slightly warmer day than we've had in the past few. Slightly. And we'll try to get the shrieking stopped. I know Rabbi Gibson sends his regards. He is at Ogle Bay with our confirmation class on their retreat. But we get to celebrate Shabbat Shira with songs and our choir joining us, and we'll begin our service with a song by Michael Oakes.
When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shiru Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shiru Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shiru Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shirul Adonai, Shiru Shirul Adonai, 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 Shiru Shirul Adonai. We sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one.
We continue on page 8. We join together. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no service. But I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. I invite you to please rise as you are able for candles and Kiddush, and I'd like to invite the Moritz family, Lowell, Sil, and Ruthie, up for candles and Kiddush on pages 2, 3, and 5.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagofen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahavo v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom techila l'mikroi kodesh zecher l'tzias mitzrayim ki bonu v'charto yotanu kidashto mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahavo v'ratzon hinchatanu Baruch atah Adonai Kaddish Shabbat.
Amen.
You may be seated for a few moments. We're going to turn to pages 20 and 21 for Lecha Dodi, and then we'll rise again for the 9th verse.
Please feel free to join. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad shemot tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Verse 5.
Itoreri, itoreri, ki va'orechu mi uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
As we turn to page 24 for Shalom Aleichem, we've just greeted the Sabbath bride, so turn and make sure to greet each other for a second. Say Shabbat Shalom, introduce yourselves.
I've already said it. Thank you.
And Shalom Aleichem, we welcome the Shabbat angels. Get your fingers ready.
Okay, so we're going to do a Shalom Aleichem that is done widely at many summer camps. And we've got, as the weather is a little warmer today, maybe we can feel that, a little springtime. So we start quietly. We build as we go. We build with our fingers. We build with our voices. Ready? Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, na 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 na, mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, na 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 na, Boachem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom. Malachei Elyon, na 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 na, mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, na 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 na, Baruch Hu ni l'Shalom, louder, Malachei Hashalom. Malachei Elyon, na 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 na, mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, na na na, make them come, Zeichem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, na 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 na, mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, na 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 na, Shalom Aleichem. Give it all you got. Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, na 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 na, mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. I love that echo afterwards.
You know, one of the things about music, about song, is that it's not just the sounds, the notes that you play or you sing, but it's also what comes after, and that stillness that actually helps make each song, each blessing, something new. And so we turn to page 27 for a poem, a song of a poem by Leah Goldberg, right?
Leah Goldberg wrote the words to this poem. Leah Goldberg, if you don't know, is a Prussian-born woman who moved to Israel in the 1930s and became a poet. She wasn't raised with Hebrew, but she learned many languages, and she became really adept at Hebrew, so much so that she translated from other languages into Hebrew. And she became such a beloved poet in the land of Israel that many, many Israeli students, generations of Israeli students, are raised with her poetry. So one of her poems appears in form on page 27. And this was set beautifully by Cantor Benji Ellen Schiller, who was here with us in November. And she sets these words, which another translation that I'll offer, and I hope you, by the way, will join in. Benji said a refrain that repeats and repeats, and it can hopefully draw you in. So please feel free to join us. But the words are set as, teach me, my God, to bless and to pray over the withered leaf's secret, the ready fruit's grace, over this freedom to see, to feel, to breathe, to know, to hope, and to fail. And teach my lips blessing and song of praise. And it goes on, but that'll give you an idea of what mood we want to put ourselves in as we enter into the core section of our service. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, unripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my days be as the one before, lest routine set my way.
Please rise as you're able for Baruch Hu on page 28.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
On page 30, we join together in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv arabim, bechokma potech she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono.
Bodayom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom u'mevi layla, umavdil ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
Page 33. Together, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On the facing page, we join together.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem emet.
So there's a question that the rabbis ask about why we sing the words of Mi Chamocha in the evening when the redemption didn't take place in the evening. And frankly, there's a passage that says that you should remember that God brought you out of the land of your Egypt all of your days. And so if we say it in the morning, then why bother saying it in the evening as well? They go into a whole long convoluted argument that I don't need to go into with all of you. But ultimately, the point is that this memory of redemption is one that is not just a pivotal moment in Jewish history, but also one that we should be reminded of daily and even twice daily in our own lives. And when it says all the days of your lives, it means that you should do it in the morning and the evening, because otherwise it would have just said the days of your lives. And it could have been part of a soap opera. Really? Have I just been spending too much time with Rabbi Gibson? And so even as we think about the ways that that our ancestors were redeemed, remember, we're supposed to also think about how we are redeemed each and every single day. And so we sing the words of Mi Chamocha on page 40.
Adonai et Yaakov, ugelo miat chazak mimenu, Baruch at Adonai gal Yisrael.
We continue with Hashkivenu on page 42.
Please join. us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, l'Amidah Shoreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu suchat shlomecha, ufros aleinu suchat shlomecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We continue with Vishamru on page 44.
There's a beautiful nigun that some of us know, especially those who come on Shabbat morning in the upstairs minyan, and it goes like this. So I invite you all to come and sing along. Ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai lai lai. It goes high now. Ya lai 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 lai. Back to beginning. With the words on page 44. Vishameru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, l'dorotam berit olam, beini uvein b'nei Israel, oti leolam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, uvayom hashvi, shavat vayinafash, uvayom hashvi, shavat vayinafash. As we turn to the next page, we get to the words Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, oh God, open my lips, right? And so this is a mood setter. This is a time that we go inward and we think about what it is to open ourselves to prayer. Whether it's out loud, whether it's inside, to open our hearts, to open our minds, to open our souls to the idea of prayer. So we have our choir here this evening, also in celebration not just of Shabbat, but of Shabbat Shira, the Shabbat of song. And there's a few new settings that we've added this evening that the choir has, some of our choir members have brought back from the URJ Biennial Convention that they loved so much and wanted to share with the congregation. And one of these is a Adonai Sivatai that comes from one of the independent minyanim, the independent congregations in Israel. And we'd like to bring this also back and share it and make it part of our Shabbat Shira and a setting for the mood as we'll go directly into the Amidah from there. Partway through the Amidah, when we get to a blessing for thankfulness, you will hear another beautiful setting of Yal Kulam by our choir.
Please rise as you are able, page 46.
Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Agid, Tehilatecha. The prayer upon my lips, the song within my heart. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Dovim V'Konei HaKol, Ve'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh Kol Atarav Lehoshia, Mashiva Ruach U'Morira Gashem, Mechalkei Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Tzomech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, U'Midah Melach, Melech Memit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman L'Chayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Page 52. Ata Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yahalelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. We continue on page 55 at the top of the page. We join together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Kaddish Shabbat. On page 57. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve and reverence.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod.
Blessing of gratitude, we join together. God of goodness,
We give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of our soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these things and more, we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. On page 61, a prayer for peace. We join together. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Pause now to offer a moment of silent prayer.
For all these things, may your name be blessed and exalted, always and forever. All the living will thank you and will proclaim your name in truth. V'al kulam. V'al kulam, v'al kulam, yitbarach v'yitramam, yitbarach v'yitramam, shimcha malkeinu tamid le'olam va'ed.
now to the words of Misha Berach on page 253. And we think of those who are not able to be with us or who hold heaviness in their hearts and in their minds. We think of them and hope that they have strength, healing, wholeness, and peace. And so I invite you at this time to share the names of those that you are thinking of so that we can take them into our collective prayers. As my eyes meet yours, please feel free to share their names aloud or to hold their names in your heart. We offer words of hope. Page 253.
We sing together. Misha Berach avotenu mikor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach imotenu mikor habracha bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Has anyone read the book Tuesdays with Maury? Okay, only a handful of you. I remember reading it on a plane and pretty much sobbing uncontrollably with the person sitting next to me looking at me like I was insane. But one of the things that was really cool about reading the book was that some of the scenes take place at Brandeis University, which is my alma mater, and I remember actually sitting underneath the willow that Mitch Albom talks about, and I remember sitting in Perlman Lounge, which is the round-shaped lecture hall that is also mentioned right next to the willow tree. And that's where I had services. Almost every Friday night was in that particular round space. I had a couple classes there too, but it was mostly services that I remember from that space. One of the things that I loved and that I found so powerful about the book was the way the author, Mitch Albom, thinks about his professor, Maury. He recognizes that there was more than just the teaching that happened in the classroom that came out of those lectures and out of that relationship, that really the lessons that took place were those lessons of life that mostly he gained as an adult, but especially the ones that he learned from sitting and talking with his teacher. there's an immense amount of gratitude in that book, and I encourage you to read it if you haven't yet. And I too have a lot of gratitude for a whole variety of teachers, some of whom I am remembering, especially this Shabbat. In particular, I think of my teacher, Debbie Friedman. And while I did not have the same sort of relationship with her that Rabbi Gibson had, I met her maybe about the same age, but there's a little bit of an age difference there. Her yahrzeit was this past Shabbat, and of course, it always comes a week before Shabbat Shira. So every time we get to Shabbat Shira and we sing out joyously all sorts of songs, some of which were written by Debbie Friedman, what I think about are the lessons that she taught me, which I did not get in her class because I decided I should drop that class, which of course I regret significantly at this point. But what I do remember about her, the thing that was one of the most powerful things about working with her, was when I finally got up the courage to share a song that I had written. Now, to share a song with Debbie Friedman is a terrifying prospect. She's Debbie Friedman. Basically, camp music, which is what I grew up with, that was all Debbie Friedman. It turns out not to have only been hers, but pretty much. That was my image of the top musician, singer, songwriter in all of Jewish tradition. I mean, I learned that that was a little off, but still, to have an opportunity to share with her something that I had written was exciting, thrilling, and absolutely terrifying all at the same time. I was sure she was going to tear me apart. Of course she didn't. And the lesson that I learned from her in that, I don't know, maybe hour or so that I was sitting in her office, shaking uncontrollably while I tried to get out this song that I had written, as a very earnest teenager. She listened, she gave me feedback, and she told me to share it, which was amazing. Like, what else could you expect to hear that would be any better than that from Debbie Friedman? And so I did. Not only did I share it with my rabbinical school classmates, but also in the service that my class led about a year after her death, for a whole group of rabbis, which again, terrifying as a rabbinical student to have to go up in front of a whole group of rabbis and lead a service. I taught them the song that I had written, that I'd had Debbie Friedman's help in writing, because she knew that the most important thing is to have confidence in yourself, to trust that people accept what you can offer, and most important, to sing out. Last week, one of my dear friends from Colorado and a colleague lost his 13-year-old son to cancer. The amount of teaching that this 13-year-old managed to do in his short life, especially in the last year and a half, has been incredible. His parents have been sharing his story online, some of which I've been reading. He has filled a lifetime of memories into 2 short years. But the thing that I will remember most is watching videos of him singing. Once he had recovered enough from the initial incident that let everyone know that he had cancer, that was about the only thing that he could do. He was just learning to speak again, could barely get out a coherent sentence. But he could sing like nothing else. And so they would bring him to this studio at the Children's Hospital, and he would have a blast week after week, singing, recording, playing. He loved to drum, so drumming along to whatever it was. And there were times when he had to sing what he wanted to say because that was the only way that he could get the words out. Over the past week, there have been so many memories, so many stories coming out about Kobe, about this young boy. The two most important ones that I've seen again and again are that we have so much to be grateful for. That Kobe, knowing that his life was going to be cut short way too soon, found every little bit of goodness there was in the world and shared it. He brought his friends to sing with him. He gave hugs like it was nobody's business. And he made sure that everything was recorded so that even those who could not be with him could still enjoy the experiences that he was having and live vicariously through him. For those of you who know Colorado, he even got to sing at Red Rocks from the stage, the big natural amphitheater. The other lesson is how amazing of a friend he was. So many people, kids, adults, I guess that's pretty much everyone. From babies to seniors, he was always so happy to see everyone. And even when he was exhausted, his parents were the ones who had to sort of put the kibosh on people visiting with him, because otherwise he just wanted to be with people, to celebrate the goodness that he had in that relationship. And that came back to him 100-fold in the ways that people came out to support him, even in those last few days. But of course, the most important lesson from him is to sing out. As a 13-year-old, his voice, not really in the greatest condition, right? He was going through puberty. And so to listen to him sing, especially his favorite song, which is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, if you're looking for a quality recording, you are not going to find it from one of Kobe's recordings. He is squeaking up and down the entire way. But it's also one of the most beautiful things that you will listen to, because you can hear him singing with a fullness of heart that most people never share. Sing out, he teaches us. These words that the choir just sang of gratitude are still with me even as I mourn my teachers' deaths. Debbie Friedman's from 7 years ago and Kobe's from last week. Even as we cry, even as we shed our tears, there is so much to be grateful for. And there's so much to hope for. The Israelites knew this too, which is why as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds, terrified as they were of what lay ahead, terrified as they were of what was coming up behind, having left their homes, their sense of security, the family that could not come with them, they too had things to be grateful for, and they sang out. Sang out with passion and beauty, with hope and with tears, sang out with their fullness of their hearts. And so my hope for all of us on this Shabbat Shira is that we find the ways to take lessons from the times that are dark and difficult, to find the elements of goodness that are within them, and to sing out with all of our hearts. Shabbat Shalom. A few announcements. First, thank you to our greeters, Dora and Mike Gordon. Our cantorial program is underwritten by a generous grant from Edgar Snyder, and we are so grateful for his ongoing support of wonderful Jewish music at Temple Sinai. And thank you also to our choir and to Ellen for providing some of that wonderful Jewish music at Temple Sinai. Torah study tomorrow is at 8:30 in the library, followed by the informal Shabbat morning service at 9:15 in the chapel. Would you like to do this?
Okay, on Sunday, in addition to religious school and everything else that's going on here, we will also do our first read-through of songs from our upcoming Purim Spiel. So if you haven't heard yet, our Purim Spiel this year is going to be based on the music of Greece. So if you have your poodle skirt, you want to put your hair in a flip, get your leather jackets, put the collars up, and, you know, we welcome instrumentalists, we welcome singers, we welcome people who just want to be part of it, however you might want to be part of it. Just come on Sunday, see what it's all about. 1:30 to 2:30 in the, actually we'll be right here in the sanctuary, right immediately following the Watts Tu B'Shvat Seder.
Great, and next week we have Mostly Musical Shabbat at 7 o'clock. It is the beginning of Jewish Disability Awareness and Inclusion Month, and on Saturday, we will be hosting a wonderful program watching the Israeli movie My Hero Brother, which is about Israelis who take their siblings with Down syndrome on a hike through the Himalayas. And we'll also have an opportunity to Skype with the producer. There's more information available in the front. We turn now to our concluding prayers. Page 282, please rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
On this Shabbat, we call to mind those who have died at this time in years past. I invite you to rise so that we can acknowledge you as a mourner if I say the name of someone you are thinking of. On this Shabbat, we remember Jane Goldberg Berkman, Dora Ritt Boltson, Ruth Eleanor Brown, Bridget Chelio, Israel Chetlin, Saul Chetlin, Terry Dean Clark, Bernice Dom, Frederick Deutsch Dorian, Erwin D. Fall, M. Garson Fall, Lee Jeffrey Farb, Diane Fox, Dr. Willis Friedman, Rosalind Gittler, James Goldblum, Isidore Goldstein, Dorothy Goldstein, Louis E. Goldzer, Leonard Gordon, Frederick Gottlieb, Pearl P. Greenfield, Paul F. Ibe, Shirley Jacobson, Selma Kraut, Harold Kushner, Ernest Lample, Hilda R. Lazier, Frank Benjamin Levitt, Alfred Levy, Susan Lippman, Arlene Lishkoff, Bennett Martin, Pauline Martin, Sandy Mason, Leon Ramo, Lance Rook, Judith Rosenberg, Ree Rosenthal, Benjamin Rothman, Jack Sable, Mary Shane, Saul Schiller, Louis Siegel, Gertrude Silberman, Sadie Spirer, Anna Stein, Simon Z. Stein, Helene Walker, and Alice May Weisberger. We also think of those who have died in recent days and recent weeks: Edie Ekstrand, Shirley Brody, Kobe Grunwald, Francis Wolfson, Eleanor Roth, Edith Vine, Sandra Z. Rosenfeld, Rose Horn Solnit, Ida Dubar, Sylvia Ilson, the wife of our former rabbi, Aaron Ilson, Miriam Ostro, Sue Miller, Barbara Penner, and Dorothy Louise Small. And since we never want our mourners to stand alone, I invite you to rise as a congregation to support all of our mourners as we say the Kaddish Tom on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. B'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayed chol beit Yisrael. B'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru amen.
Amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach v'olam alei almei almaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yidaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha.
Barichu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world together. As together we say,
Amen.
Amen. Our concluding song is Oseh Shalom, and you know this one.
Oseh Shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Shalom
Baruchim atem b'voachem, u'baruchim atem b'tzeitchem me'ata v'ad olam. Blessed are you as you come in, and blessed are you as you go on your way. As you go on your way, I invite you to make sure that you are a blessing to the people around you, so that you can be carried in their hearts as well as you carry them within you. So together we say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei mizonot. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes all sorts of yummy treats. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shkach.